Cancelled wedding, you poor guy. Poor guy. Where am I? How is things? Dude, saw my first content rip. That was pretty awesome. I'll put a link in here. Hold on a sec. I got a link for you guys. I got a link for you guys. Where is the stupidity? You may not be on Twitter, so where in the hell did I put that damn thing? There's not much that makes me laugh, but there it is. There it is. All right. Here's for you guys. Is that right? Yeah, sure. Oh, great, a YouTube ad. Yeah, I was like, just like looking through TikTok. I'm like, maybe I'll put a TikTok together. Liked one or two, and then I saw this girl doing a thing. I'm like, oh, this will work. I was gonna like it to do a TikTok on it, and then all of a sudden it's like one of those stitches with the guy, and I'm like, what the? Then the guy is on there talking about artism with the soft R, and I'm like, wait a minute. He goes, yeah, you take this stuff, don't take it literally, but you take it seriously. I'm like, I think I know this line. I think I know this line. That son of a bitch. So I dropped him a line. I'm like, dude, fan of my work. It's good to see you. I just thought it was fun. I don't really care. Like, you can't really, I've talked about it before, where you can't really copyright like your gimmicks and that on social media. It's just free for all. So it kind of forces you the same as like I'm starting the game as we speak here now. It's kind of the same as the fashion industry, where you can't actually copyright like a purse design or a shirt or anything. So technically, as soon as you come out with the greatest style of clothing ever, everybody can rip it off, and they all do. So it kind of forces you to always be innovating. Which then leads to the question, how good is your content if nobody's trying to use your shit? This is stuff. This is family friendly. Nobody's trying to use your stuff. Come on. And there she is. Oh, 1 second. Dude, it's something I got to figure out, by the way, on the system. So there's a mod called Sodium, which you use for the graphic stuff when you want to use the fabric things. 1 sec. There it is. But for some reason, doesn't play nice with the replay mod. So when I'm filming a video with you guys, and I want to do like a time lapse or something like that, I have to turn the mod off and then turn it back on when I play. And it's just like, it's such a weird, subtle pain in the keister. Give him a minute. Wait, no, we're running. Don't want a sec. Now I got to double check this. Yeah, it's on. It's on, and I'm looking at it, so I don't want to hear this crap. Chances are it just means you're getting ads. There we go. All right. Put you back. Innovation is overrated. We need to return to caves and live my yeah, I've already had the coffee, double coffees. We had to get up a little early today, and it's funny when I say early, like we're normally up at 6:30, so early for us is anytime before 6. Wholesome streamers have their puppers on stream. I absolutely agree with you. They do. I'm working on it. What I was thinking of doing is buying another one of these cameras, because they're just USB. Put a second one down there and have like a pupper cam going. Yeah, so it's something to think of, because I see a lot of guys occasionally on Twitter that I follow, not really related to the Sphere. Those guys just steal like Rolo's shit, so whatever. And they're starting to steal mine, which is good for them. Yeah, you just have to accept the game is the game. Like this is a space of ideas, and people can take anything they want. And so really, you kind of want, for two reasons, you want people to take your stuff. Well, I mean, you don't want it, but you have to like be okay with it. Oh, 1 sec, that's not that one I want. That one? Oh yeah, dude, I forgot to put you guys' chat up. Where are my manners? Get in here, sir. Come on. Yes. Yes. That's how you do it. 1 sec, I'll link you the camera. It's not hard to find. It's just a Mokos. They call it a Mokos 4K something. There we go. Excellent, excellent. Get in my chat. Oh, and I forgot to turn the audio levels up. There we go. So here, I'll pull the link up to the chat and then we'll get started. After that, though, no more typing crap on the internet. It's time to get in there. Mocos 4K. So I just got it direct from the website, but it's on Amazon too as a reseller. So I'll just put the Amazon one. You can look for the original one if you want. So this is the one here. Now, a couple caveats. As I pull it up again. The lens that it comes with is this one here, which is a telephoto lens. Now be aware. So if you guys notice, like a lot of guys running, like when I was running my other camera and that, you have like a shallow depth of field. This is a telephoto lens, and telephoto lens tend to have wider depths of field. So you're not going to get that same blurrier in the background, sharper in the foreground look. 2, it's all manual controls. So it's made for like being in a fixed position, and it does not do autofocus. You pay for that advantage and the fact that it's like, I think I paid $200 for it plus the lens. So you're essentially getting a $200 XLR camera. It runs the same like lens sensor as the A6000, which is what John and Rollo and those guys use. And what you're going to need to do with it is buy a new lens for it. I've actually been playing around. I've got a few lenses, like the one I got. One sec, where is it? All right, I don't know where I left it, but I bought another fixed lens for it, 35mm. I'm looking for, if you want to get that full high quality video camera look, there is a, what you want is a shallow lens. So something like, they come in 1.7mm and 1.6. That's the space in between the first and the second lens. If I'm not mistaken, you want those to be as close together as possible. So I think you need something like a 1.5 or something like that. And then you need it to be fixed because telephoto doesn't really work the same. But yeah. Oh, Megatron, like, just go to the Mocos site. Don't just grab it from there. It was just like the first link that came up. Here. Because there's a bunch of different ones, right? Hold on a sec. So here's the main site. And that's the other camera they have. So there's a bunch of different ones. You can always search for your needs. Now just be aware too, with these smaller lenses, there's 2 types of lenses. There's a CS fixture and a CS and a C fixture. The C is the bigger one, the CS is the small one. They're usually like for security cameras and that, so. Just make sure, because if you get the small one, the C fixture, it's not gonna, like the one I linked in here, it just looks different. I don't know. At the same time, I do want to play around with the lenses. That's the nice thing too, like on my DSLR, the lenses are like $400 or $500 a pop, so I'm like, I really have to do my research before I buy one. This one I can kind of just play around, try something. Oh, there we go. So yeah, you see on this page I linked you guys, there's about 14 different lenses on it. You got a hyper telephoto 120mm going all the way down to like a 3.2mm. Which is actually, I think that's the one I'm going to try. But on the ones I have the 6 to 12mm on the top right and the 5mm top fixed. But I'm thinking about that 3.2mm, but that looks like it's probably one of the CS lenses with a pod on it. But if that does what I think it's going to do, it should allow me to get that shallow depth of field cinematic look on here. Anyways, enough of this. Where is... There she is. There she is. I left off, I'm pretty sure I'm in the, yeah, I left off here. Having said that, so I'm going to quickly do this off, and then we got to get back to the mega build. Go, you son of a bitch. I don't know why, it always entertains me to watch the water trails leading off. Oh wait, don't I have a... There we go. All right, we're gonna head back home and start on the mega build because it's one of those things I've been putting it off. Well, not putting it off, but I needed a whole bunch of stuff together. All right. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There you go. Come to the end, sir. Come to the end, good sir. All right, let's get out of here. Put things together. And get started. I destroyed the inside of your lighthouse. Serves you right for letting a troll in. Did you really? You son of a bitch. Oh, yeah, that's right, Marty. So welcome to the server. I was gonna see next time I cut you online and walk you through some stuff. I figured you didn't know what you were doing, but yeah, if you ended up destroying stuff that good. No, it's not gonna be a lava stream. We're staying at home. We're just building this time here. Fucking Marty. But the rule of thumb on the things is don't destroy other people's builds, and if you do, you try to repair it. Having said that, if I had to take a guess, I'm guessing you let a creeper in there. Jeez, it's taking forever to get home. I've died so many times. Yeah, I was thinking about that too, because there's probably a lot of guys that you don't really know what's going on and just like following along because it's just whatever, but it would almost be good to have like a... Here, this is going to be a classic, and people might not know what I'm talking about, but there was a series that used to come out on this game like 10 years ago. It was by this content creator called Slipgator, and he called it Survive and Thrive, and it was just walking you through the game and how it all works. And I remember my girl and I, that's when we first saw the game, we're like, oh, this is kind of neat, and then we kind of followed it along. By the way, if you guys watched the video yet, I haven't checked the polls yet to see if they're finished, but I'm assuming they are finished pretty soon. Oh, Marty, are you messed up? You're messing with me. Oh, it's fine. You dude. I swear to God, Marty. I swear to God. I swear to God. Last time you here on stream, you died a lot. That is true. Hey, is that real Mish in chat or no? I can't tell. No, probably not. What the hell is this song? How did this one get onto my damn list? This is ridiculous. Road trip, eh? Not today. You left me in... I saw that, and I'm not sure what to do with it. Because I can't remember... I don't think there's a way you can get rid of it. It just sits there. So I will suggest to everybody who goes by here strongly, don't hit it. Just leave it there. Don't touch it. Got it? That's ice. It's packed ice. Oh, we got snow. Oh yeah, we picked up a bunch of snow. Yeah, don't touch it. Just don't touch it. So there was something I was thinking of here, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna walk you guys through what I'm talking about here in a second. Put some stuff away. Oops. I saw, by the way, Dave was on his channel. He built himself an item sorter. If you guys have never seen it, those are like super useful. So all you do is you take your inventory of stuff and just dump it into a chest, and it'll slowly filter its way into everything here. It's kind of a big pain in the ass build, but it's super rewarding. But if you build it big enough, it tends to slow down the server. I've just never gotten around to building those things. Anywho. Actually, you know what? Let's ditch the wings. Put our chest plate back on, because I don't want to die. Oh, no, wait. Those go here. Yes, like a so. I guess we won't need you. I will keep you 3. You go up there. Dump you in here. Just get rid of you. What do we have in these 3? I can't remember if I've already gotten it together yet. So I'm going to walk you through what the plan is here in a minute. Lots of wood. Lots of sandstone. Lots of deep slate. Okay, this is my starting stuff. I'm going to eventually use glass too, but I haven't thought it through. Oh. That's right, the recording is on. SimCity 3000 music. Dude, I miss SimCity 4. That game was so much fun. I used to play that on my deployment. And my buddy used to wake me up. I only got like 3 hours of sleep a night. He would wake me up during it, be like, hey, my factories aren't working in SimCity. How do I fix it? And I used to get so pissed. What Tate get arrested for? That's fun. Oh, dude. Yeah, somebody sent me that story this morning. Here, I'll let you guys know. Read that story from a pickup lens. And you're going to notice something. That is AstroTurfed. 100%. No doubt in my mind. You can tell because... One sec. Oops, not wrong block. You can tell because... cut sandstone. Yes. It peppers in displays of higher value inside the story. Like, if you really read it, it was... If you guys don't know, it's just the Tate guys were questions over the disappearance of a 20-year-old girl or something like that. I don't really know the details, but... other than what the newspaper reported, but you read it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. They're arrested. Maybe they'll finally like f off the internet for a while, right? No. But it turns out, and in the middle of it's like, yeah, millionaire, blah blah blahs, and I'm like, what? No, like you guys have seen enough hit pieces when the first thing they do is try to like belittle somebody's accomplishments. You know that. So the fact that they didn't throw some snark on that one kind of got my little, my like, huh, that's weird. And then on top of that, it talks about them being champion kickboxers. I'm like, yeah, no, I know this one. I've talked to you guys about it before with the... Oh, I can't... You know what I need? All right, I forgot some things here. It is good. They have like the most amazing modding community you've ever seen too. But yeah, you could tell. So right at the end, all it did is it said that somebody went missing. They were questioning, and they're going to bring the girl in to talk about it. That's assuming this is all true and not just 100% made up anyway. But if you're talking about a serious thing like that, you're not going to bring up how awesome the dudes are. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is exactly the same as they used to be on reality TV, which explains a lot of their dipshit behavior. If you guys haven't seen, if you're like watching reality TV and you know it's not real. It's all scripted. Everybody knows that. But it was the same thing. I guess he was in hot water because, oh my god, he's too rough with his girl, even though the girl suggested it wasn't abuse and stuff. Like, oh, okay, so I know this gimmick. But yeah, dudes, if you guys watch this channel, you should know if nothing else. Like, never believe what you see. Just remember, everybody who's posting something has a reason that they put it there. And that reason they put it there can be it could be the difference between, like, propaganda and real life. Like, nobody wants to just inform you anymore. There's always a hidden agenda. Keep that in the back of your mind. Even me playing goofy Minecraft here right now with you guys hanging out, there is an agenda here. Now, it just so happens that my agenda is not malicious towards you, but it's still there. I'm not doing this because I find it fun and I just thought, turn it on and see what happens. No, it's a business. You gotta treat it like such. Well, yeah, kayfabe doesn't necessarily mean disbelievable. It just means they're playing off real life as theater, which I guess does apply here. And then you up. Okay, so that's why. Oh, where's my normal sandstone? So I need 4, 8, 12, 16. Actually, I guess we're gonna need like a whole bunch of these. And three, 4, 4. So that's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. As you can see, we're going big. 13. And there. One more. Et voila. And then the last tapper is these. With one more on the top. There we go. So the one pillar, that's the idea I want to have here is a pillar. And there's going to be a bunch of them hanging around here. Now this is going to be like the first level. Underneath. And we're going to put them all... Do I have enough? Oh, I don't even have enough. Okay, I've really got to like double down on getting these things built properly. Yeah. Ah, damn it, I forgot I was going to bring like an energy drink. I guess I don't have one anyway, so whatever. It is interesting though. It's a good thing. Like, it was funny watching the Will Smith slap one to see how much of that was kayfabe or not. I still don't quite have an opinion on whether it was real or not. Only because it seemed opportunist to me. And that's the only thing. Otherwise, I would have totally guessed AstroTurfed. But it was just the fact that they had to take a while to deal with things and like, oh, do we punish them? Do we not punish them? What do we do for the stories? I just thought, I'm like, yeah, I have a feeling that this was him. This was them like, all right, how do we turn this into something that gives the Oscars some more clout? So. Plus the fact that Will's an idiot. Just the fact that some guy pulls some simp move like that, I'm like, oh, I could almost buy it. But like I said, I'm not convinced, and this is one of the ones that I'm least interested in finding out one way or the other. 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Why is he counting? Because if I don't count, I'm going to forget and screw up the whole thing here. And then... one short. Luckily for me, we can build more. Yeah, it was this weird pillar design I saw on a video once, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of neat. I kind of like that. Anyways, I can't watch Will Smith movies anymore. I can't believe he's badass. I never thought he was, though. He always reminded me of, like, and, like, I remember him from back when he was still doing, like, music. Like DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, but... So keep in mind, at the time, when he was big, guys like NWA were big, Run DMC... And he was seen as, like, the wholesome version of that, right? Like, oh, he doesn't swear, he's just having fun. He's not aggressive, he doesn't hate the cops. There's a Final Fantasy 9? Dude, I've stopped playing at 7. Chris Rock and Green Lines, indeed. I'll have to check it out. Like, what makes 9 9? Keep in mind, like, I was a huge fan of 6 and 7. 5, 6, and 7. Or I guess 2, 3, and 7. I gotta do it. I gotta do the numbering properly because they make no sense the way they're set up sometimes. And then 2, 3. Yeah, it's not nearly as big on this first part, but that's fine. Should I go into Minecraft and fight me? He'll never see it coming. Oh, dude, you bring it. Bring it, Marty. I've been waiting for an opportunity to stomp you good for so long. I'm so looking forward to it. Where I can finally show you. I can finally follow through on my threats that I've been giving you for like 3 years now. I swear to God, Marty. And then bam, like, I told ya. I told ya. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Go. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. And then we cap it off with our... Oops. Wrong one. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, 9 has way cooler settings. Love the storyline. That'll be good. I have to check it out. Because otherwise I'd probably done some shit like Final Fantasy Tactics, which I had so much fun with back in the day. So much fun. I think it's what it is those games that have that like customized progression really appealed to me as a kid. Like SimCity did, all those ones. Although for some reason I never got into like all of the Sim stuff. I think I did The Sims and then SimCity. But they always have a gimmick on there. So what is it? They have like mana or... One sec. And... You... Or a materia, or what? What are we on now? 1, 2, 3, 4. I was just thinking, too, I should probably be careful about accusing those guys. Like, every time I point out the grift is when those damned kickboxers end up in my mentions talking shit. And I'm just like, oh, I'm over it. I don't mind speculating it on from like a red-pilled or media distrust perspective, but like on a personal level, I really have no interest. I'm getting those spurgs. Like they have, out of all the audiences I've seen on the internet, I don't know which ones I find the worst. I actually want to say it's a tie between the Pat Stedman guys and the Tate guys. It's just as far as audiences go, they're the ones that annoy me the most. I don't know. In the chat, which ones do you guys think are the most annoying fanboys? Although I might start adding Coach Red Pill's fanboys. I never had a strong opinion before about him, but this whole I know what I'm doing in Ukraine thing, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just so weird. Alright, so taking where we're at now. So we got these set up in place. I'm crafting a cage match. Let's go. Ultimate Warrior style. Oh, yeah. Worst audience. Yeah. It was my favorite of all time after 7, but 7 was a masterpiece. 9's almost as good. See, this is going to be like a weird Mr. Trudeau Lumberjack Samurai. I'm going to disagree with you on this. I think 6 was the best. 7, it was good, but because it had that, it was like the very first 3D, it didn't age very well, I don't find. They didn't do it stylistically well enough. It's good, it's just not great. Better Bachelor fanboys. Oh. Oh, fresh and fit. Dude. It makes me wonder. Who are the worst fanboys in the sphere? Better Bachelor fanboys. I wonder if those are the ones that keep bitching about who's about reclaiming your masculinity in my chat. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of in like a shit posty mood, or a crap posty mood. Yeah, Tate's ones are creepy, Stedman's are sad. Now, how was I doing this? I totally forgot where I was going. So I'm going to do a thing where it goes from like this very dark cobbled deep slate into like a light sandstone color. But for the life of me, I forgot how the hell I was going to do this. What do I have as options here? So chiseled and cut. You know what? If we're going to do the cut, let's do polished. Oops. Put you there. So just so I have the marker, so I know where to start. Now it's going to be the outside of it, so I gotta have to put a layer inside as well. So I think the main wall is going to be inside one. Yeah, that Jordan Peterson trash makes it even into German tradcon nonsense. Which is annoying, man. I actually, Shorefat Otaku, I've talked about him before in the channel. He probably gave the best interpretation of Peterson's work I think I've heard on here, short of mine and Rolo's, obviously. Where he said when he sticks to clinical psychology, that my Minecraft cult is the worst. The worst. Minecraft thirst is the worst. All right, so let's do a 2-to-1 ratio, and let's do the tiles. This will work. Yeah. Yeah, Minecraft thirst is the worst. I don't know why that stuff makes me laugh so hard. Damn kickboxers. Putting Ryan as Jackie Chan with 50 kickboxers chasing him. Jesus, Marty. You're going for broke today with these ones, aren't you? And here's the thing I'm wondering too. Like, is the tail wagging the dog or is the dog wagging the tail? Let's use the safe bet. The Stedman fans. Or Better Bachelor, whichever one you're doing here. Is it a case of the content creator makes the fans stupid? Or is it a case of the content creator is being made stupid by the fans? And I'll walk you through where I'm going with this one here. So if it's a case that the content creator is making the fans stupid, it's that people are easily like gullible and they'll fall for anything. If it's the other way around, it's that the content creator is doing his content and then the audience is resonating with it, and because of their attitude, the content creator realizes if I act more like they want, they'll give me more views. It's one of those interesting questions. There's no real way to prove it either. There just isn't. All right. So how are we doing this? And we'll do one more. So if I'm doing this right, it'll look like this, and this with the tiles. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 25% now. It's going to be kind of a harsh thing, almost not even a gradient, but actually I'm thinking I might change this up to be the wood. Yeah, I might do that. As I'm looking through, I'm like, it might look better actually with the oak, which is like a gradation thing. Yeah, yelling at the Drunk Chick podcast is a lot more feeding the audience what they want. Makes you wonder though, right? Like you're going to say, when you get some people saying that they're making the world a better place or helping men or whatever, you can't really do that when you're pandering. You just can't. I don't think. Because when you pander to an audience, you're telling them what they want. And people want stupid things. Like, that's like a crackhead. Crackhead wants crack. What's the thing that actually helps a crackhead? Getting him off a crack. What the hell? Damn weird ghost blocks. And I think, honestly, I do think content creator has it. It's this weird parasitical or parasocial relationship, and everybody thinks that just means, oh, it's just the fan is like a little too creepy and he needs to stop following the content creators. I'm like, no, it works both ways. Because if it was the case that the content creators are blameless in it, then they would keep to their thing, and it would be, you would eventually piss off some of your super hardcore fans. It's just bound to happen. Heck, even in my channel. That was actually one of the funniest things, little shit posts I was putting on yesterday for funsies. Oh, that's right. Gotta turn this off. Where one of the guys was saying, it was after one of those, like, don't complain about the dating thing, it's always sucked, don't worry about it. You ain't shit and that's okay. And one of the guys was like, yeah, I totally disagree. The dating market has changed. They started like, aren't you married now? Don't you not know how it's changed since, 2012? And I'm like, yeah, a bunch of 25-year-old guys telling us how it used to work in an age they never were dating in. Meanwhile, I got 40-year-old guys that have done it before and done it now, and they're like, yeah, it's basically the same, except for girls put out way easier. So I'm like, as much as I want to trust how you're describing Kevin Samuels here, I think I'll go with the guys who actually did shit. And then one of the guys, and I don't remember which one it is, maybe it's one of you guys in the chat, like, I like his content, but sometimes, man, he's just hard to take. And I'm like, perfect. Perfect. That, I think, is a healthy relationship, and I wish... Oh, Ghost Block is where the server doesn't recognize the block's been taken out. And so you get some, like, weird glitches where you can't place blocks and it looks like the wrong block. That's all that is. Now, I guess we just continue. Oh, wait. Now I remember why I was doing these blocks. So this first row is going to be 3 high. Oh, no, wait. I gotta put this up a little higher. Yeah, I haven't been Me Too'd yet. Surprisingly, nobody's been Me Too'd yet. Not for the longest time. Funny how that works, isn't it? Where did my... Oh, they're on the other side. Yeah, so this is going to be oak leading into this. You can see it's got like a subtle gradient to it. And I'm not sure if this will work, having dark gray go into this lighter color, but we're going to give it a shot. I think we'll have good luck. Why am I here? I forgot what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, I needed more blocks. That's right. Oh, I don't need this. Jesus, dude. I'm the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm some of the slowest guys ever. No, multiple. Then you go into you. There we go. Now I got it. 18th time's the charm. And I want a second. Yes. I have a webcam, decent mic, but I need a USB hub before I can cause my ports are maxed. Well, you're gonna have to be careful with that too. Like, you can't use your camera on the hub. So you'll have to use the hub for all your peripherals, which is crazy, by the way. I don't know. Are you running a laptop or? Because my thing's got like 12 ports on it, and even now I'm still haven't maxed it out yet. And I've been trying my best. Plus, it's got the 4 front ports for a lot of just for like the controller and shit if I want to do Tekken on stream. It seems like you've been stuck at 20,000 forever. What happened? I have a theory on this, and I don't know if it's true, but I'm going to put it out here because if we're not speculating on random shit, whatever. So I don't check stats often. You'd think I would. I actually check book sales. I don't check the stats, though. And then I went to Twitter, and you can go to this analytics tab, and you can see how your follower counts have changed. At the same time, there's also a... There's also a site called Social Blade, which is like a third-party thing. So you can always just check it twice, just in case, right? I don't trust it. So here's what happens. Today, I got a message from MLD John saying, oh, that's weird. I'm not following you now, so I had to refollow you. And I looked at his. I'm like, well, that's weird. I'm not following him either. Now, either he blocked me and forgot, but I mean, I actually did that to Rolo once where I'm like, dude, I accidentally blocked you on a comment, didn't realize it. So it's not that. So I'm like, oh, that's weird. So I go through the stats and I look, and every month, my Twitter following, for example, goes up about 500 people. 300 to 800, but it averages at 5. But if you look at my numbers, it's always stuck at the same 23,000. Or 20,300 or whatever it is. So I'm like, that's weird. So I check Social Blades, like, no, the numbers check out. You should be adding like this many people. But it also pointed out that randomly I would lose like 50 followers out of nowhere. And I can't prove it yet, because it could just be the case that some people are like, I don't like watching this stuff anymore, and they just kind of stop. Could be that. Maybe. I don't know. But there's that theory that, and like, it doesn't really help when Twitter has been so bad with how they run their shit before. It could be the case where they're removing people. You never know. Now, if you're talking about YouTube, the numbers here, they've kind of... They're a little slower. This month has been just brutal, though. I was doing like 1,000 a month. last month, and then this month has been nobody. But that's everybody on YouTube. So they either did an algorithm change, or there's something with this time of year where everybody's outside and nobody views YouTube, and I don't know which yet. But again, it's one of those things they tell you need to do. Why did it do it so perfectly? I mean, you got multiple things, so I'm never worried about one guy not growing fast, which I think really does reduce your need to pander to an audience, you know? Yeah, well, Dante left Twitter, so there's one lost right there. Son of a... Yeah, the whole thing is weird. I'll still never wrap my head around social media for a job. Like, it's just ridiculous. Alright, so now... we are going to do this, but... we're going to start peppering in... we're going to start peppering in the lighter blocks. No, it should be doing it. There we go. Yeah. So it's fine. And like I said, it's kind of what I expect from you guys eventually to be gone and gone for good and always build new guys. But that's fine. YouTube goes down. Twitter goes up. Amazon goes down, Instagram goes up, TikTok goes up. It's like, they're all going to do what they do. And if I just have enough reach and enough different platforms, then I'll never get that temptation to like pander to you guys for views, which I know it's there. I've heard content creators, even though they're like, yeah, I never want to pander to my audience. I just do what I do and they'll come to like me. But then I watch over the years and you see them like, that was weird. Why did you decide to do that one? They're like, oh, it's because it's what the audience likes. And I'm like, uh-huh. Yeah, YouTube's nice for free video hosting. I always entertain everything on a private server. Well, if you want to do just private hosting, I would argue that, what are they called? Vimeo is even better. Because Vimeo has the option where you don't have to, like, you can refuse to have it embedded. So they have to come to the site to view it. So that way nobody can just take your content and put it anywhere else. But I guess it's not big in this space because they're like pickup artist shit is against their terms of service. So Troy wouldn't be able to go there. But the best social media site for like video hosting that I've ever heard of, and you guys are going to be surprised when I tell you this, they got the best infrastructure, they got the best terms of service, the best EULA, the best free speech. Pornhub. Keep it together. We'll talk shit about you if you disappear. Hey man, it's possible. I might disappear one day. And then... alright, so next step is... to get... these in here. And do I need... actually, you know what? No, we'll keep one of these. So this is going to go super light now. I'm really kind of threading the needle with the thing here. You got to pump out that red meat. I'm ready to ban Spurgs coming in. Oh yeah, it's fun. Speaking of Spurgs, do you guys remember that tweet from last week where it was like, I don't know, some chick who's saying that her husband was a pilot or something and she's from Toronto was like freaking out because I went on podcast talking about how the cube was like a fun rapport builder and a great way to have fun on a date, and she just like, you guys need to grow up, you're 40-year-old man children or whatever she said. And then she blocks me on Twitter, and I kind of made a laugh about it, and then she starts talking about like she does the same line that John Anthony did, so I'm like, oh, so it's a John Anthony alt. I get it now. And so I did a little thing on it, let it go. I'm like, whatever, here's some free clout, free engagement, some red meat, here you go, enjoy. And then I guess she's been stalking me on Instagram and following all of my posts, leaving nasty comments in around all that stuff. So I'm starting to think it's really a girl, because the only person who can get a stalker from a guy is Rollo Tomasi. I don't know how he does it, but he manages to do it. Good for him. Now, if you guys remember too, I also had a rule about don't just build solid walls. They're kind of boring, but there's a reason I brought this in one block. It's because on the outside, I'm going to start adding some depth stuff to this. So that way this basic bare bones wall gradient won't be nearly as obvious as it looks. So you'll see when the plan comes together. Yeah, poor Jack. It's one of those things, man. You got to be... I don't know how... Like, my theory of how I've managed to avoid any, like, Twitter bans is pretty good. So I like to think the little heads up on how you guys do this that I gave you guys earlier is probably the best way to go about it. Alright, so we can get rid of these, and now it's going to be all these. Yes. And this should be the last layer that has any wood in it at all. It's all going to be sandstone from here up. And then I can do rustification. Do you guys remember when I was talking to you about that before? Well, you're going to see it again. And it's going to be subtle because there's so much texture on the bottom here. I don't think the rustification at the top is going to have the same effect, but that's fine. Come on, finish this off. Not today, sir. I need that space. Come on. Again, I just don't know how people, like, enjoy this for a living. I don't know. I know. Actually, you know what? I know why teenagers are always like, I want to be a social media guy when I grow up. It's because it sounds really cool, but it's like, dude, it's not. This thing sucks. I use Camtasia to make some pretty sweet videos, so I have editing skills. Camtasia? Never heard of that one. To be fair. Oh, man. So... I'm going to talk some more mad shit about how great DaVinci Resolve is with the speed editor. So it's about $650 for the speed editor plus the license for the full version, which I'm like, yeah, I want to play around with film grain and that. It's going to be so much fun. Starting to look like a Tetris game here. It takes a little bit of getting used to the workflows, but dude, it's so fast. Like, case in point now, this is one thing, like, if I want to do some more chick talks, they're going to be lightning fast. The speed editor has this little wheel, so you can, like, literally go through a video 3 times the speed, and you have multiple controls, in and out clips, and then smart inserts, so you can literally make a video. Like, if I recorded 2 hours of this, in fact, here's a good example. Normally, when I make a Minecraft video, it was... maybe an hour of recording time, and then from that hour of recording time it took about 4 hours to edit the video and put it together and do all the clips and everything else and add the effects and render it and put it out online. So it was basically almost an all-day thing to get one video out. For the contest one, I took an hour to record it and then an hour to clip it and edit it, and I was like, holy crap. I could have probably doubled that time if I had added more special effects, but oh, that's right, I need a bed. The fact that I can get a video out from start to finish in 2 hours is just insane. And if I was doing like the Rich always tells me, like, just do less work, effort. So if I did the whole just turn on your webcam thing and go do your thing, I could probably get videos out just constantly. It's clear even as a child you were destined for the sphere, being Metro, drama, and playing House with the Sims says enough. No. I was destined to it because it was nice to have something to go with. It was just a fun place, and I want it to return to being the fun, useful place. It's just very annoying how it's, like, refused to be fun at all. You know what I mean? Why am I here? Oh, right. Wool and... do I have wool in any of these things? I must. You know what? I know where I can get some wool. There we go. Yeah. To be fair, as a kid, all I wanted to do was be a video game tester. Because back in the day, I'm like, that's got to be the coolest job ever. And then I remember as a teenager, a little expose about the video game tester world came out, and those guys were like, sleeping in their offices and sleeping bags. They're working 16 hours a day. They're paid shit. And I'm like, holy crap. Oh, John, you making fun of me for that, the time when I forgot to hit I hit the online button, but it glitched out. And then ended up wasting 45 minutes of time just talking into the void. All right, so it's kind of doing what I want. I see it. Yeah. Now, my next thought is I want to either expand it out or taper it up. I think I'm going to taper it up again. Yes. And then the rustification. And NordVPN. Let me think. I guess we'll do sandstone stairs for this part. Actually, you know what? I got a better plan. We're gonna do the sandstone and the oak together. Oh, for crying out loud. Thank you. Up, 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 up. Yeah, so glad. Yeah, everything I've heard about the industry from game development, because Montreal, when I lived there, they have a bunch of studios there because they have a government-subsidized tech sector. Canada is actually notorious for, like, government subsidies on industries they want to build in there. But it's funny because Americans just run roughshod over us. They take all of the subsidies, and they basically just screw us over. It's really impressive how well they do it. So, for example, the Google headquarters in Montreal, I've been to their office. It was pretty cool. They had to slide in there. The chef, and they had to apologize because they were refurbishing the kitchen, so the guy had to come in there and bring him in like buffet style. He's like, sorry about this. The Swedish meatballs are actually on a buffet tray and a steam line, but we promise we'll do better for your neck. I'm like, what the fuck? And yeah, everybody's working there. It's like, yeah, basically you work here. The only reason you're in the Montreal office is so they can sort out your work visa to get you down to California. And you spend like, I think it's like a year or two at that office max. So it's just a recruiting place. But they get all that tech money for opening, you know, a tech company in Montreal. And I was like, God damn it, the States, you guys are really good at that grift. Just give us all the money, sir. 7, 8. All right, so how many short? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Three. Oh, I know. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Now, what I'm gonna do for my next trick. 8 of those. 2 of those. Take you guys with me. And 4, 5. All right. Oh, I just had another thought of something I want to do. All right, I'm thinking this through as we talk about it, okay? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So we're going to take another set of these and another set of these. Like so and so. And we are going to do the top-down ones. Yes. Maybe the RP community can create super corporation to take down Silicon Valley incels. Yeah, I'm sure they could. Wait, was it? No. Yeah, no. I wouldn't trust these guys with anything. I think, I can't remember who put it this way, but somebody put it best that, I think it's Clary. This seems like a Clary rant, but anybody who's in this space on purpose, I really do think it's because they couldn't get success anywhere else. and they were just bored in some monotony life, and they treat it like a side hustle. It's like, I don't even want to be in the space. I wasn't planning on being here. I didn't want to be on here. It just turns out I was writing a book and tried something new, and I had accidentally like been invited to a speech just because I was working on stuff for my own life. And I think that's the only way to do it. Like, you have to be somebody who wants to be in the creative space, and it just so happens to be the space that you have knowledge in, as opposed to, I'm going to join this place with no talent and then try to thrive in it. It's just... And I know that's how most of the times it works, because there's no way everybody has the exact same grift with the exact same talking points and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, I get it. Literally, somebody told you this is the way to make a fortune, and you don't have any talent. You've never bothered to build talent. You're just fighting to see who gets the best attention. And I hate to say it, but it's like, there's a reason the Tates, beside, even though they have like very little like talent with social media and that, maybe a little bit entertaining, it's because they're like attractive, right? So it's basically, unless you're top tier dude, the Pareto principle is going to apply to you here too. So I don't know why you're wasting your time. All right, so we got this, and then the up top here, we are doing rustification. What the hell is rustification? Oh, well, let me show you, man. So we're going to start with 3 to run, or 3 to 1 ratio. Like so. And yes, I understand that I've been doing the same kind of like tapered design that I did over there, but don't worry about it. It's got to all look kind of similar. You can get also bored of the blue pill lies. It gets overbearing. I'm just surprised you have any reaction to it whatsoever. Like, when I see shit that's like, oh, Disney just had a new lesbian... I'm like, eh. More often than not, I'm not the target of that particular marketing campaign or creative endeavor. And so I can see it for the manipulation it is, and I just kind of like realize, okay, that's not for me. It's like an old post I did where it was, don't consume content that's not designed for you. And the idea is, if you can see its manipulation, then it's not for you. The stuff that's meant for you, you don't see as manipulation. And if you don't believe me, just ask anybody about, I'm not going to belabor the same point. You guys already know what I'm going with this. Okay, so... Oh, that's right. So then we're going to go to a 2 to 2 ratio. Excellent. Yeah, well, I definitely need a community that's unplugged. All my in real life friends are deep in the Matrix. But that's gonna come with time. Like, to be fair, my best buddy, he even watches my videos occasionally. He liked the trucker one, but he's kind of like me, where he's... And he probably had the best take I've ever heard on the trucker convoy. He goes, it must be nice to be one of those people that can give that much of a crap about something, to go and do something about it. Like, he's very resigned to just let the world burn, same as me, which is hilarious because he's successful as hell. Technically, he would have been one of those guys in Ottawa getting mad at the truckers for whatever reason. It's just one of those funny things. But, I mean, he's like me. He grew up... one sec. He grew up like me, like a normal person who wasn't, like, silver spoon in his mouth, so... At the same time, we actually kind of like working class people, but for some reason, the email class or the government employees, the Ottawa types, they just don't. But I thought about this, and I'm like, I wonder how many guys are like this. Everybody's like, oh, he's just, like, Ryan's too nihilistic. Run me up the flagpole, you know? No, I am not. Oh, Jam... Okay, yeah, you're new. I've been through this already. I'm mostly British. English, Irish. I think there's 20% West African. And as best I could figure out from my... meeting my mom's biological family in that, was the Portuguese, which makes sense. It's like a very small amount of black, but mostly Western European, which would make sense because Portugal had that Moorish invasion back in the day, right? All right. But like, it doesn't really matter. My dad was like a redhead. Redhead! And my mom was adopted by a Southern Baptist black family. So I'm like all over the place. I can basically like define whatever racial stereotype or whatever you want. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll fit that. It was actually a kind of like a blessing in disguise and kind of a curse too. Whenever I went to foreign ports. Is because no matter what port I went to, I looked like one of the locals. Which, oh, like, that's great. I'm like, yeah, that's great. Panhandlers don't harass me. But the cops won't just pull me over to, like, let me pay the fine at the station, wink, wink, just to get a bribe or whatever. No, no, no. They're throwing my ass in jail, so I had to stay squeaky clean. Now, how do I want to do this? So I gotta think about what to do for the next level up. And of this, I'm still a little confused. I'm thinking I might go New York style Empire State, where they had to build certain plots of land in order to have a certain height of the building. But because engineering wise they didn't need it, they ended up having these big bases like this with a narrow tower coming up the middle. That's Creeper. I don't like him. So I might do that. Yeah, some of my cousins get money for being part native. I'm not about that life. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, well, that's like the thing about being native in Canada. I think you only need like 1/32 of native blood in you to count for it. And most people just like do it so they can get the tax-free cigarettes. That's like, I remember being raised all the time. Everywhere I went, it was always like, everybody had the one friend who had a status card. And you're like, how did you get a status card, Philip? Like, oh, it's because my great-grandmother's uncle's second cousin. And you're like, what the fuck? But yeah, they would always go to him if they wanted to get tax-free gas or... Right. So we gotta pretty this thing up. It might be because the email class do what they're told in one, something that doesn't belong threatens their bubble. They don't look into it that hard, man. I got a lot of friends that are there now that never used to be, and for them it's just... You choose the parts of the story you want to believe. And it's all subconscious. Come on, sir. So you don't think about it like that. You don't think, well, let's just, I'm winning in this game. So it's like, no, it's just, you know, life's going well. Why are you guys so aggressive? And, oh, it sucks how they hurt so bad. But there's some violent guys in there in this. And so it's always just, it's a subconscious thing. Nobody really knows. Oh, Elizabeth Warren. Oh, yeah, we're not like the States. You guys, the best way I've heard it described is think about Canada and our relationship with our native population in the same way that America and their relationship with the African-American population. That's the best way I can describe it. Instead of slavery, we had the residential schools. Instead of the N-bombs, we actually had like a C-bomb, which I'm not going to say it on stream. But it's like a euphemism for drinking. So I'll leave that there. Okay. So now we're going to need to gussy up the walls on this one a bit with some depth. So I'm thinking we're going to do archways with... What kind of wood do I want to use? Or what kind of material do I want to use? That's a good question. I think we go light. Yeah, we can go oak. Like so. Well, I mean, it's like anybody. I had a bunch of friends growing up. I just found, yeah, it's like, you're going to meet all types. Some are going to be good people. Some are going to be bad people. Some are going to be the exact stereotype you're thinking of. And that kind of works for every group of people ever. But I'm more of like an individual merit thing. Most of the time, I find like somebody who's well off tends to act well off, and you don't really need to worry about it. All right, 1, 2. So 2 blocks in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 15, 18, 4, 7, 30, 32, 31. So how would this work? So it goes like up, like so. That looks like it could be big enough. Oh, give me back up here, sir. I'll deal with you later. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just shy. Alright, so how am I going to do this? Oh, you know what? We could put that 2 space in there. Okay, I got a plan. I got a plan. So 1, 2. 1, 2. And then that 2 space in the middle can be like a transition or an entrant or something like that. And then for this, we're going to need some of you. And some of you. Coach is basically saying is a Sigma male will wander off on his own. Well, I mean, you can call it that if you want to, but here's the thing. This is why I hate Vox's thing. You know what Sigma male is? It's when people saw... It's when people saw alpha males. You know what I mean? Like oh, he's the top guy at the party. He's got all the girls. This guy's amazing. But it was always in like a group that, how would you see that coming? It's like all of a sudden some guy's just randomly there, tons of hot chicks. You're like, what the hell? So it was meant to describe a guy who is, I hate saying it this way, a guy who was top tier, but in a different area. So like you have a friend who's a bartender, he gets all the chicks, but you never could figure out why. And it turns out he's the hottest guy at the club, right? But you have him over at your dinner party and he's there with a hot chick and nobody can, like, why is he here with this hot chick? He kind of looks nerdy. It's like, oh, you forgot to say that he DJs on the weekend, you know? Or something like that. And so it was just a simple thing to describe that. If a guy is, you know, really slick and got his act together, but you just can't place why, well, that's Sigma male. Or situational alpha, they used to call it. And you know me, I stick to the basics, man. Alpha makes a girl attracted, beta makes her comfortable, and as long as you keep that in your head, you're not going to say anything too stupid. But, and this is one of those things that even, I will give Vox credit for this. Even he mentioned it, is that most of the guys who think that they're Sigmas are actually Gamma males. And again, cringe language, I get it. I'm with you. I know it. Yeah, contextual, situational, renegade, everybody threw an adjective on it, but that's... So then he just knew, it's like, okay, so this guy thinks that he gets all the status benefits of being like the top tier guy, but without any of the effort. And so he goes, yeah, I know what's going to happen. What's going to happen is a bunch of goofy, narcissistic personality disorder types are going to think of them as that way. You know, people just don't understand me. I'm actually top tier. My girlfriend lives in one state away, or crap like that, right? Well, there was Omega males, but that was just... When he described that, it was essentially just guys who were too unattractive to even be in the game. Because he used like a dinner party as an example. And he goes, oh yeah, and the Omegas, they aren't even invited to the party. You're like, oh, fair enough. Okay, back up a bit. So we got this as a second layer. Now we're going to add a third layer on top of that. And I'm probably going to do it... I'm going to guess stone. Yeah, I got to get some stones. But again, here's the thing I don't like about any of this, is that none of it is objective. You can't falsify any of it. And let's say, even if it is all true, like if somebody's going to be pissed off at you, they're going to call you an gamma male. Granted, guaranteed. If you sleeping with a girl, they're going to call you an alpha male. It's like, well, maybe he's still just nerdy, just got lucky that once. You never know. Could be anything. But, and this is the big but, even if you knew this category, you were assuming that people are unchanging. Like, oh, he's always going to be the, you know, alpha male or the mega male or whatever. But that's not true. There's super attractive guys get into a car accident, gain a bunch of weight, unattractive, act bitchy, and all of a sudden they've gone from one to the other. So how good are these categories if they're always in flux, right? Well, it's good at that length in time. Well, that's great. So basically you're saying that the benefit is in judging behaviors, not in categorizing people. Like fucking botanists. The ultimate gamma male. Fair enough, sir. You win this round. So if you're just going to judge by behavior and not based off of immutable characteristics anyway, why are we wasting our time with the stupid categorization thing? And that's my point. Oh, I left it up there. Son of a bitch. You're just wasting everybody's time because you built this stupid feel-good categorization system that you're just going to ignore when it becomes inconvenient. So just stop wasting everybody's time and just do it anyway. Do it the original way. Now, oh, right. So I don't know if this is going to work, so we're going to have to see. But the one thing it will do is add depth, even if it looks kind of crappy. Like so. So. It's getting almost nighttime anyway, I can go to bed. Who has the biggest ship? That's a good question. I'm pretty sure it's the cargo ship is the biggest one. What about Dr. Manhattan? At least you guys are understanding how seriously you need to take this, so I gotta give you kudos on that. And then the Tupper part's there. I'm not sure how I'm gonna... God, this looks like such trash. I'm usually able to do better than this. Alright. Do you know what we'll do? Get rid of these. And then on top of that... Oh, I got it. Now, isn't Dr. Manhattan the epitome of alpha? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know. He's the epitome. He's Superman. What if Superman got despondent? That's about all it was. And I guess we'll use the slate. That was the whole reason the character existed. And this is going to be like the weirdest rant ever, but I never liked how people always try to like, who would win in a fight, Dr. Manhattan or Superman? Because it ultimately shows me that they don't understand the purpose of the characters. The characters are there to explore ideas. And in Watchmen's case, Manhattan was there to show if you had an all-powerful Superman type character, he wouldn't actually be like just a regular one of the guys. He would be one of those guys that's like what's the point? What does it all matter? I could change anything. When you have everything, what do you want out of life? Is the U-boat good? That was good. The one thing I didn't know from the interior was how accurate it is to the actual German U-boats. Like, do they really have the crew quarters right next to the torpedo launching bays? I don't know. And then we're gonna get rid of you guys. We might just have to get rid of this entire thing, because I don't know if it's gonna work. But we will find out. Alright, let's go take a step back again. Yeah, it's just boring. I can't place it either. I can't place Y. Alright, you know what? Let's take this to the scrapyard. Let's try it again. Sorry, guys. Everybody's got to go. Maybe we'll go with more lively stuff. Again, with that overgrown look. That might be the way to do it. See you guys in chat there. I'm looking in a second. Just give me a minute. Too many earth tones. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe that was it, the color. Color and the texture. So plan B is going to be ditching all of this, and I think we're going to add something closer to like a color. Maybe even we'll go back, grab the terracotta, and start playing around with that. Definitely the oak by itself. It's just too boring. One Punch Man equals Batman. Is that what it's supposed to be? Like, I thought One Punch Man was kind of more of a ripoff of, like, Dragon Ball Z and every other anime character where it's the guy gets powers for no reason. They just kind of took it to the extreme. Isn't it meant to be, like, a complete satire of the entire, like, manga genre? You know, Fist of the North Star, all that stuff. Yeah, Batman beats Batman. Again, Batman is just, like, the modern and most popular version of, like, the pulp magazines of, like, the 1900s. It was a ripoff of Zorro. He was like, hey, let's take Zorro and make him a white guy. And they're like, yeah, it sounds good. Go with that. Okay. Pause this. Yes, we're going to go with life. Life and luxury. Let's get some greens. But that's the problem. Everybody's like, oh, who would win in a fight? And I'm like, you guys aren't catching on. Like, you're the assholes that ruined Star Wars. You know those... Remember that when Yoda... Remember when Yoda fought Count Dooku? And everybody's like, oh man, that was awesome. You see when Yoda pulled out the thing and started flipping around? And I'm like, well, that just ruined it. Because the whole point of Yoda was supposed to be the wise sage. He was like the Obi-Wan Kenobi of the second and third movie. There's always got to be the wise teacher. They actually usually had him out in the woods, like in the swamps and that stuff. Like, those are all hero's journey shit. And so to make him... And then his whole purpose for being in there was to show that the Force was never about, like, being the strongest warrior. You're like, oh, who's the greatest Jedi Knight ever? Everybody's thinking this perfect warrior. And it's this little runty green thing. And like, wow, he's powerful? And they're like, yeah, the idea is your mind and your outlook matter more than your physicality. And the whole point of it, it was a lesson to teach. But then they're like, yeah, just screw all that. All right, we'll go with red terracotta. Red terracotta. And... what do we got for luxuries here? I know I put them in here somewhere. Some moss. And somewhere around here I have a whole bunch of leaf blocks too, but for the life of me I can't remember where I put them. I don't think I've labeled them yet. That's the problem. Or maybe I did. No, I didn't. Dude, I'm stupid. Now I have a whole bunch of leaf blocks somewhere, and I don't know where the hell I put them. Oh, wait, there's some. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if I'm not mistaken, I've also got some spruce ones somewhere. No. Maybe I don't. Those are the birch ones. Dude, I should have spruce somewhere. Oh, well. Next time, Gadget. And also, I don't know where the hell I left all of my vines. Alright, we're gonna have to go pick up some vines. Yeah, we're gonna have to. So, grab you. Let's go find some vines. Luckily, I have a bunch left over. Yeah, exactly. I think he's an old man. He comes out fighting acrobat style. Oh, wait, what are we talking about in this one here? Christopher Lee's too good an actor. Screw all that. Watch Yoda do backflips. Yeah, and it's fine. Like, I get the entertainment value of it. I totally do. The problem is it just kind of... It shows a lack of understanding of why things are the way they are. And it's just like this lack of professionalism. A surprise shouldn't just come for the sake of surprise. It just kind of has to work. Hey Ryan, which job is more attractive as a job for a nightclub in New York City, bartender or bouncer looking to get into this summer? I'd say bartender. Absolutely bartender. First off, if you've ever been a bouncer at a nightclub, and a bunch of the guys I sailed with were, I almost was going to be one day, and I'll tell that story later. That was probably one of the most blues pill decisions I ever made, was to not be a bartender or not be a bouncer. But the being outside kind of sucks, the having to kick people out and that stuff. The bartender, you just get to have fun, be yourself, and be friendly to people. And for the most part, everybody's got your back. They totally get chicks, tons of attention. And the after parties are always awesome when you're the bartender. Now, don't get me wrong, it's working long hours, late nights, a couple days a week, so it's a slog like any other job. But if you can get bartender, 100%. All right, good enough. Yeah, neither the Emperor nor Yoda should have ever pulled out a lightsaber. Absolutely, dude. I'm so glad you see it. Yeah, that's like the whole point is that their ideas. It was actually somebody made a great point on the original Star Wars that I'd never thought about. It's that the difference, like how Luke wins, is by surrendering. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Now when you see it, you can't unsee it. So for example, the first episode, when he has to blow up the Death Star, he's using the things, he's a good pilot, he's using all of his skills, and it's like, no, just relax, surrender to the Force. Takes his thing off, just wings it. So he surrenders to the Force and does it. Same thing with, and Empire Strikes Back, it's a little bit different. Like, he loses in that one because he tries his best. He's like, I am a great soldier, I can do this, and I can go in there, and I can fight him. And he goes to fight Vader, and he loses. And then the only thing that allows him to survive is when he surrenders to the Force and just falls back into the pit, right, at the Cloud City. And then the third one, same thing. He's fighting Vader, and he found out that all of his skill and all of his talent and all of his fighting was going to bring him to the dark side, same as his dad was. I was like, oh, that's like a neat way of putting it. And so how does he eventually win? He just surrenders. He stops fighting. It's like, no, I'm not going to fight. How awesome is that? And so what he's doing is he said, like, I believe there's good in my father, right? You remember that line? And I know this is nerdy shit, so just relax, go with it. He said, I was a Jedi like my father before me. There's good in him. I could see it. But but the only way to truly, like, do you believe that? If so, are you willing to put your lightsaber down and just not fight and stop fighting? And that was how he wins. He's like, okay, yeah, I have to believe in this so strong that I'm just going to stop. And then he stopped. And he's like willing to bet his life that his dad was still a good person. And then it worked out. Which is interesting, because that's like a departure from the hero's journey, which I had never thought about before. Now, whether that is good storytelling or bad story, I think it's great storytelling, because all that shit that they tell about, like, subverting expectations and that, it kind of did it. But it was so subtle, none of us even noticed. None of us noticed, and I'm like, that's great. Yeah, kind of like a Jesus thing. So I'm like, good. Now, he still had to work hard and all this effort, and he got all this talent there, but eventually you just figure out, okay, but, trust in the Force. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And then got a couple of you along the way. Yeah, and here's Luke trying to kill his nephew based on bad feelings. Yeah, it was just... And I lumped that the same thing as like, hey, let's see Yoda shooting a lightsaber. I'm like, nah, it's the same thing. It's somebody who doesn't know what he's doing, who thought he'd be really clever. You guys, nobody will see this coming. I'm like, yeah, nobody will see it coming because it was stupid. Nobody was going to see a gay sex scene in Star Wars either because they just didn't expect that. I'm not saying that's subversive. I'm just saying that's bad. Bad storytelling. Although, to be fair, there's like Star Wars porn parodies out there, which are pretty funny if you've ever seen one. It almost makes me laugh as much as the Flesh Gordon. You guys ever remember this one? You probably have never heard of it, but damn, it's hilarious. Flesh Gordon is a comedy spoof of a Flash Gordon. And not only does it have some like Flash Gordon jokes in there, it also has like Jason and the Argonauts. all the kind of like action adventure serials are there, and it's just funny because it was back in the 70s, back when you could laugh and have titties on the same screen as opposed to it being problematic or whatever they call it now. Yeah, raise Palpatine had to be... Yeah, I see what I mean? That's just like, it's creatively bankrupt, and it's just... I get the point now where everybody's like, yeah, you just kind of have to build your own things because, yeah, nobody else is gonna... Everybody else doesn't give a shit. They're just like, I got an idea. Let's make Luke a lesbian. That'll work. And you're like, such laziness. But hey, whatever. Made $1 billion, so who am I to argue? And then, do we have any on this side yet? No, we don't. So let's take a look how this looks. Oh, resume that one. Yeah, they didn't have to be creative for the sequels. They could have just mined the expanded universe for great stories. Yeah, there could be a lot of things to done. So, like I said, I just stopped watching. I don't watch any of them. I don't care when the new one comes out. I don't buy into the hype. I've been like that since when did the prequels come out? 97, 98, something like that. I was just like, Alright, so that should look a bit better anyway. We're gonna have to... I want to get fancy with the top. I just gotta think. Speaking of creatively bankrupt. Jesus. Alright. Let's get some textures going on here. I have a good idea. This might work. Maybe. And a Thrawn. See, I don't know any of that extended universe stuff. For me, it was just the first 3 movies. Most of the stuff, I don't get into, like, the fanboy stuff, which is really... I think it's a good thing. It kind of keeps my perspective. Like, I don't know if there's, like a young Indiana Jones and shit like that. I'm like, Alright. Then again, a part of me wonders, like, I wonder if this is how adults thought about it when the late 70s, when these things came out, or were they actually good for everybody? It always makes you wonder, because I make a comment to that all the time. Everybody's like, oh, the dating life is impossible now. And I'm like, is it though? Or is it just you weren't around when it sucked before and all you're hearing is every story of a successful pickup artist and thinking that's how it used to be for everybody? Because I remember it was a slog. It's like why I made a big point of like getting used to and enjoying the slog of it, because it's just not going to get any better. Gabby, I just joined the live. Welcome to the live, good sir. The Darth... Hey, I know that guy. Hi, Marty. How's it going, bro? Alright. Now we've established the pecking order. He's gone. I'm not gonna kill you. Don't worry. Here, have some food on me. No, don't run. Here. Have some golden carrots. Oh, it's right down here. Here, have some carrots. They're the best saturation in the game. They'll bring your health right back, I promise. Alright. Actually, that looks a lot better. Once that stuff grows in, it's going to look even better still. It's too bad they don't come up with like a moss-covered wood and sandstone blocks. That would be helpful here. Alright, so the next part here, we're going to cap it on with a roof, and then we're going to build multiple things up top. Sorry, Marty, I want to chit-chat more, but I gotta get back. You understand. Electronic Legos won't build themselves. Alright, like so. And so. So how do we want to cap this? That I don't know yet. Hero's journey of Luke going from beta to slightly less beta. Chucked a bunch of carrots and bailed. Exactamundo, dudes. Exactamundo. Alright, Actually, you know what we could do? Green roof. Yes. All right. Green roof. I got it. 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 Excuse me. I need that. And I need you. That's how we're going to do it. Sprinkle a little alpha on the Force. It's not even so much the Force. Like, I could have gotten... I like the Indiana Jones series. I liked Flash Gordon. I actually wish they kind of made a series off of it. There's so many things that could have been good. And they just got shit on. Like, it's the silent generation, I want to say. Because what Spielberg, he was born... Is he a boomer or is he older than the boomers? I don't remember. But that generation did all right. And then anything that came after that, it's just really went downhill. Now there's some better storytellers that came out since, but the ones that handled the classic stuff, they're just too detached from it. It just looked weird. We want fences. And I think we're going to do okay. Oh, good idea. So like so and like so. Man, even Obi-Wan was a simp in the Clone Wars. I mean, whatever. This is amazing how many shows you watch from back in the day that are very simpish. You ever watched, like, were you ever Star Trek fans growing up? I don't know if you guys were. But I watched Deep Space Nine because it was on Netflix. I'm like, whatever. It's something to leave on in the middle of the day when I'm just writing and doing whatever. And I realized, holy crap. From like a red pill lens, this show is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The Dr. Bashir and Worf and everybody is basically, or everybody is simping for the Dax character. Like a bunch of high school kids that hope if they hang around her enough, she'll sleep with them. Meanwhile, she sleeps with like the big Klingon guy anyway. And I'm like, this one's weird. The strong, feminist Bajoran chick, and and all of a sudden she's like the toughest girl in the universe at 100 pounds. Oh, poor Marty. F's in the chat, boys. Marty didn't figure it out yet. Although we'll see. I might have to take a break from this just to show him around. Because, dude, I don't want to watch him hurt like this. Here, Marty. If you push the T button, Tango, in chat, you can actually type things into here. And we can all see it. If that helps. Oh, I just realized this might not be what I was trying to do. Oh, no, it is. It is. It is. But yeah, here, we can walk you through some stuff. But it wasn't just him either, right? Like Dino De Laurentiis with Dune, the Masters of the Universe. I mean, that one was kind of... You could tell the budget was the problem. You always know budget's the problem when the theme of the superheroes is like, hey, they get sent back into the 80s in New York. And you're like, oh. So you couldn't source the funding, eh? Fair enough. All right. Yeah. But I was even willing to get it past. I know Red Letter Media hated the He-Man Masters of the Universe movie. They're like, this is the worst garbage schlock ever. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not willing to go there with them. I'm gonna give it a hard success. Like, yes, good for them. I like it. Give me more. Yeah, DS9 has some red pills in there. The Cardassian Spike Eric, he was awesome. But you see what I mean, though? The Cardassians were essentially like the whole thing was like a World War II theme to it. And the Cardassians were Nazis. Let's face facts. Like the uniform, the everything about it. So any of the characters that tended to resonate the best were the ones that are like, yeah, isn't that character supposed to be the epitome of evil? They're like, yeah, pretty much. Like, oh, fair enough. Oh, not good. All right, Marty, I tell you what. Off topic, I'm going to reinvest in that equipment for remote tech support work. Hey, dude, if it pays the bills, why not, right? And 2, 3. I was hoping he had the... Oh, that's right, because you don't have your mic on for your computer. I think that's why. Then otherwise we could have a chit chat and I could walk you through some of the stuff on this game. I'll probably have to do that. I mean, I did get you in here, and the least I could do is make sure you have a fun experience of it, you know? The Kardashians were Nazis. Yes, they made the most evil thing ever. And I had a feeling they were trying to make the Ferengi into, like, evil capitalists, but, I mean, come on. We all know the kind of stereotype that clicked into that one. And the Bajorans were supposed to be, like, Jewish people, and the Dominion War was supposed to be, like, a World War II thing, so, like, I get it. It's kind of cringe, but whatever. Although I did enjoy the war. For the DS9, the Federation going to war. It was a good plot line. Alright. So I'm breaking my rule here of trying not to have the same block for 7. I've only got like 2 variants on this one, but the problem is with the half slabs, you really don't have a lot to work with. Like, there's only so much you can do with them. Yeah, saving his life, exactly. He saved my life in Minecraft. Alright, so we got that as a half one up, and then the full block up is... Oops. There. Like so. Ah, damn it. And you... There we go. And I fall again because I'm a pleb. New Dune was good. I just wish it had story. Well, that's the thing. I almost kind of like agree that you had to do it that way. Because if they added story, the thing would be just unbearable. So they really had to make it more of a visual spectacle with like loose attachment to the plot points. It's the only way it would work. Like, my brother hasn't read any of the Dunes. He liked the movie. I liked it too, and even though I was like, I don't know, man, I think they changed some of the details, and they left out this, and they left out this, but I'm like, alright, yeah, that's always the joke, is that Dune is the most unadaptable film ever. Man, alright, Marty, yeah, we're gonna have to, oh, man, I feel bad. Hey, what are you doing here? Get out of here. Get out of here. Tell you what, we're gonna pause this for a bit. All right, Marty, where you at? Are you in chat right now? Marty, where are you at? Meet me at my house. I'm gonna walk you through this. All right, guys, we're gonna go on a little Marty adventure here. Put aside the building for a minute. He needs us more than we need him right now. Oh, that weren't Marty. Yeah, tangible market alternative. That's the thing that gets me, though. Like, the foreign... And I get it. I am pretty sure the reason now things are the way they are is because the foreign audience doesn't care. For them, it's just like... And this is going to be... I don't know how to describe this in a way that doesn't sound horrific, but... it's kind of the same theme of stuff I'm noticing in Canadian real estate. So, for example... Nobody who's Canadian wants to go live out in the suburbs in these super expensive, like, $1 million homes. They just don't. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't want to have to clean all that. But you know who is buying them all? Immigrants. Immigrants will come here, spend a bunch of money, and buy these, like, super expensive places. Oh, that's right. Curse of binding on those. Damn it. That's just good. I just have to go die then. Where'd he go? Your feelings are bad and you should feel bad for feeling them. Fucking guy. Alright, either way, I'm gonna help you out here. We're gonna do some starting from scratch. All I'm gonna bring is some food with us. Oh, Charles Madison. This is how I know you're wrong. Case in point, 2016, I think it is. 2017 maybe. The Trailer Park Boys, if you don't remember them, have made a network called Swear.net. And the idea is it's like weather and sports and stuff, and it's just that, but with swearing. And they showed a clip from a clip show they were doing that they just brought out on a DVD and a tour across Canada. This is well into Trudeau's legacy, too. They did blackface, they did brown face, they did Asian face, they were cussing. And I was like, holy crap, this thing has been around and nobody has said nothing. And they're on like George Strombolopoulos, who's like kind of like the Canadian VJ. Yeah, saw them in Barrie, lived there for 2 years. Oh yes, dude, check it out, swear.net. And I can't remember what the name of their oh, it's starting to look all right from the distance. Definitely stands out from this one as a completely different thing. All right, I don't think Marty wants my help. All right, Marty, I was waiting for you, but I can't wait here forever. I got 10 minutes left. Actually, you know what? 10 minutes left in the stream. We'll do some chit-chat and pitter-patter. Oh, you're on your way? Okay, good. I'll see you there. I'm just staring at my building here, seeing if I like what I did with it or not. Yeah, so then the other piece is going to come out there, and it's going to have like this weird dissection here. And then the top of the base, which has got a cap up to here. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do some kind of archways coming out. These damn walls are too high. Oh, you're way back there. Oh, Jude. All right. Look at that. Montreal for 14. Richmond Hill. Jane Fitch. Barrie. Dude, you're a rich boy, aren't you? Richmond Hill. Look at you go. It's not bad, though. You're kind of as traveled as me. Like, I was the North Thompson in BC for like 12 years, and then Vancouver Island, and then Montreal, and Toronto. Edmonton and Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta was like, lived there for like 6 years and 7 years, stuff like that. Back when Dad was alive. Oh, hey, back when my dad was alive too. All right, Marty, as long as you make it here, we'll hook you up. I don't want you to get too... I just realized, yeah, their spawn point's going to be way over here by the bridge. Every now and then I throw those in as a joke, by the way, and my girl, she complains about her dad for something, and I'm like, oh, it's nice to have a dad at least. And she used to get super, like, weird about it, and now she's at the point where, like, we'll be chucking shit at each other, and she looks over, it's like, well, at least I don't have a dead dad. And I was like, that hurt. She just starts laughing. Oh. All right, Marty. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure exactly where you are, and I don't know if you know how to pull up coordinates. So I'll just wait at my house, and I'll see you there. Until then, I'm going to chuck shit with the chat. If you're having trouble, you can just tell me where you're at, and I can just go meet you there. If you know, push F3 on your keyboard, it'll pull up coordinates, and then I can pull up where you are. Stuck in Orlando, 20 days till done with high school. Oh yeah, good old Orlando. Funny enough, I did a convention down there once. 21 convention. It's not the proudest moment of my life, but hey, it's one of those lessons I had to learn. It was like, taught me the greatest. Yeah, Darth Marty is in danger. Yeah, he is still here. Anyways, we're going to take these characters, we're going to walk them through like the basic bare bones of the game. Kind of gone too far. Where is he? If you push F3 and give coordinates, I can meet you where you are. Guess that's the one thing that sucks about building directly in this spot, because this is where all the standard spawn points are. Having said that, I do like the build. The sunset house thing is a good idea. Time to slang some Happy Meals, take it easy. Hey man, everybody's got to pull their hustle, right? Oh, you know what I could do? Here, Marty, I know what to do. Where is the stupid thing? Let's look at the server. Where is Marty? There he is. He is... Oh, he's almost at my place. Okay, I gotta go back. He's coming from the other direction. Marty, that's why you're not at the house. You're at the new place I'm building. I don't know what to call that yet, because I don't have anything for it, but... My house is the one in the gray building right beside it. That's alright. I see where you are, though. I'm coming to you. Making it. Almost there. All right, I'm 30 seconds away, dude. Ba, 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 ba. Excuse me. And whatever you do, do not punch that floating cube. I'm begging you. Come on, Marty. All right, there you. I see you now. All right, there you are. Where is he? There he is. Marty Cakes. All right, so we're kind of in like a weird start. We're going to get... This is like a boost. No, mostly people don't get this, but we're going to have some carrots, and we're going to start things off. Put you down. All right. So, you have nothing. So I'm starting off with nothing. I have these pants, but I can't get rid of them. They have a curse on them. First thing we're going to do, walk over to the woods. It's usually what you end up doing. I don't know how much you know, so I'm going to assume you know nothing. And you punch a tree. For moving, if you hold down the control key, you can run, but that takes food, and you can see your meat pops run down, you eventually starve to death. So some blocks you can hit with your hands. Wood is one of them. So usually what people do is they start by punching a tree, getting, I don't know, 3 or 4 wood blocks, whatever. Marty lives matter. Damn right they matter. Dude, he's got such a pleasant, charming personality that if I can get him on this game, he'll be a millionaire quick. Alright, so I got 5. It's usually considered faux pas. They call these like tree mushrooms or something like that. Is to not take out the last wood block, because then what happens is... Well, you can take dirt if you want to, but mostly you just want the wood for now. So you push the E key, Echo, grab 1 oak log, you use that, so you can see if you push left button, you pick up all of them. If you use the right mouse button, you pick up half of them. And what's the button to pick up 1? I don't remember what the one to pick up 1 is. And then, well, whatever. Here's what I do. I just use my right mouse key and then keep pushing right until I got 1 left. Put it inside that little window in the top right called crafting. And you can make 4 oak planks. So then you take those, you put them back in the crafting window to fill it up, and you'll make something called a crafting table. That there is the most important block in the game. Does that make sense? It's like the South Park episode where the kid teaches the parents to play. And then once you got it, you place it down, you get a larger crafting window when you right-click on it. Alright, I think he's having trouble in typing. Anywho, so I'll just continue where I left off. So once you place the crafting table down, you can put it down anywhere. When you right-click on it, you get a 9x9 or 3x3 crafting thing. And this is where you can build everything. What you want to do at the start, since you can't grab stone with your bare hands, you want to turn all of your oak logs, so put all of them into there, and then just pull all the oak planks out. So then you should have a bunch of these, right? Take 2 of them and put them in the crafting window on top of each other, and you're going to make sticks. Like so. You can do this from your normal window too when you just push the E key. I don't think I want to grab stone with my bare hands. I like you, but not that much. Oh, thank you, sir. And then what you do is once you need at least 3 oak planks and 2 sticks in your inventory. Once you do that, once you've built those up, you right-click on your crafting table, and if you look on the left, there's all these things you can build. What you want to do is on the top right, there's something called a wooden pickaxe. You have to build this one first, because this allows you to get stone. Hey! So let's see if we can walk you through that. It's too bad you can't silk touch these things. Alright, so do you have that or no? I don't think you do you? Did you follow any of that? I'd laugh, he's not even on the stream. He's like, I don't know, he's just standing there. What the hell is it doing? Okay. So I'll give you mine, and you can get cobblestone. Anyway, so another button you can use is the Q key to throw whatever's in your hand. I'll build a second one. So there's a bunch of tools. There is a hoe, there is a shovel, there is an axe, there is a sword, and there is a pickaxe. Each one handles different things. Shovels dig dirt, although you can dig dirt with your hands, the shovels are faster. The axes obviously do wood. They can also grab dirt, but they're slower. And pickaxes can grab stone and turn it into cobblestone. This is the only one that's kind of tricky. So what you generally want to do, and it's just like a wooden one, so it doesn't really matter, is you dig a hole. Coming down, just by holding down the left button. Now, generally speaking, you don't want to just dig with the wrong tool because it uses extra durability, but it's a wood pickaxe, who gives a shit. And then once you get to the stone, which is like 3 or... Oh, here. Marty, go down. I got him. So technically, we... Oh boy, there's another one. We need some light. I should have brought torches, but we're doing it the old school way. This first night used to be like the most dangerous time on this stupid game. Come on. Alright, so I've almost used up all my pick fighting. But what you want to do then is start grabbing stone blocks. Oh, did you? Okay, fun fact now. I don't think any of us can get out of here until you kill me. Or I kill you. Yeah, can you dig? Use your pickaxe. Select it with the mouse wheel. And then once you have it in your hand, try to dig out a block or two. And try to do it without hitting me. Alright, you're just looking up. There we go. Oh, thank you very much. Alright, Marty, use your mouse wheel. The tool I gave you. No, keep going. You got cobblestone in your hand now. You want to get it so the tool is in your hand. Because see, what happens when you punch this is you don't actually pick it up. You just break the block. And that's why you had to use that thing, that pickaxe I gave you. Keep going. Okay, if it's not in the Hot Wheel thing, push the E key again. And you'll see it in your main inventory. And then just move it into your hotbar. Oh, there you go. Now, at first, you only need to grab 3 cobblestone blocks so you can make yourself a stone pickaxe, which is way better. It mines faster, and it lasts longer. And it can take other blocks that you can't, like these coal blocks, for example. And then once you have 3 of them, you take 2 sticks and 3 cobblestone, right-click on the crafting bench again, and you'll see you'll have the ability to create a stone pickaxe. Now you're in the game. Punch and kick him to death. No, the spawn stuff sucks. So yeah, when you right-click on the crafting table, you'll see in the little crafting thing there, it'll be a pickaxe. You make a pickaxe, add a stone one, and then you can grab a lot more of these blocks. And you're going to need a few because you want to get a proper shovel, a proper hoe, proper everything. And you're also going to want something called a furnace. So I think if I did the math right, it's like 22 blocks is all you need. And then once you have them all together, the only thing you need to craft right now would be a sword. But it'd probably be also good to have a furnace. And so once you got those blocks in your inventory, just make yourself 2 more sticks. You make yourself a sword. And this is what keeps you alive. And then a furnace is the other good one. I am frozen. Oh no. The furnace is good because you can put fuel into it and food once you find food. Like you kill a pig or kill a cow or whatever. Oh no, the superhero. The sword is good in that you can attack enemies with it. And that way, those zombies don't kill you again. I'll have to watch, trying to fit this in between work. That's fine. That's the basics. Once you're there, you can survive. Oh. Alright, anyways, I'm leaving it there. do a whole stream where it's just like a group seminar for all the new people. I guess I could do that. It makes sense. I didn't even think that that would be a thing. So Marty, I'm gonna leave now. The end of the episode. Perfect timing. Yeah. Playing in chat. But it's good. So that's like the start of it. Once you get that. Oh Jesus, man. Dude, my hair. I got this conditioner from the girl in it, but now it just I can't do anything with it. It's like total mountain man crap. I gotta start putting product in there. I look like John Fitch. Jesus. I'm gonna have to start just going like full on slicking it back or wearing a beanie until I get the rest of it done. Or just cutting it and giving up. We'll see. Anyways. But yeah, that's not a bad idea. Maybe what I could always do is just do some videos and show it to you. It'd be so much easier too, right? What happened to leave them better than you found? You're better than you found you. I've taught you how to make a sword and hit people. We'll finish the build and do that shit later, though. That'll be fun. Anyways, enjoy yourselves, guys. So my plan this evening is I got to go finish reading a book from Kill the Party. I'm going to record a thing with him tonight, and I'm going to release it on Saturday as a Red Morning. So it should be pretty fun. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves. I'll catch you on the next one. Sorry I'm late, a little behind schedule this morning. I'm here now. You can start the live stream. Absolutely will do. Anyways, I'm going to leave you guys to it. I got to... Oh. 1 sec. Build 1. I will catch you guys on the next one. Have fun.